Raining in light, perception. Perception, or how we perceive. We know what's real and what isn't. Life is most definitely real, and so much so that it deserves real attention and the ability to change our lens periodically and to see things in a more enhanced way. Perception, and sometimes used interchangeably with perspective. Perception is us interpreting life using our senses. Perception is based on external output, while our perspective is our point of view or our opinion. Perspective relies on internal output. Perception and perspective are fraternal twins. In so many ways, our perception allows us to respond to life. Our perception of life allows us to govern ourselves. We remain in charge by simply recognizing our ability and choice to respond to life in whichever manner we prefer, even when in crisis. This is power. Yes, perception of all things is a key to our power. Another key to our power is breath. Our breath, breathing, is a key to our power. Breathing with intention and purpose. Breathing, it's healing. It's a healthy exchange. It is calming. It is divine and a connection between our spirit and that of others. Breathing helps us to change our perception. It is a life changer. It's a game changer and given to us to use at any second. With our eyes wide open, let us breathe. Deep breaths in, slow breaths out. We'll take in the sights around us, just relaxing in this place, minutes of stillness, and before our next task. Deep breaths in, slow breaths out. We'll take in the sounds around us. We'll take in the smells around us. We're taking the external output and we're moving it inward. We're reflecting as we breathe on how this makes us feel. Deep breaths in, slow breaths out. In this moment, if our surroundings are well, let us match them. If they're not, we can change them by changing our perception. Changing our perception for our mental health and for our physical health. Perception is all about getting to better. If there is a bothersome thought that's interrupting the peace that we've earned in this moment, release the hold that we have on it or the hold that it has on us by ending the tug of war or the struggle with it. That bothersome thought is sometimes tied to that nagging inner critic that we go back and forth with and haven't been able to win a battle against. Deep breaths in, slow breaths out. The way to win the battle is to stop the war, because the inner critic matches our strength and simply because it is us. The push and pull becomes matched by the same distribution of strength. Deep breaths in, slow breaths out. The inner critic and you. Envision a tug of war with you on both sides. Breathe in, hold and release. Drop the rope. We must make the choice to move on. Perception. This is us standing in front of ourselves, having our own back, and by standing in back of ourselves, Our perception is us standing on the sides of ourselves, and it is us standing up for ourselves. Perception is ours to choose. It is us choosing life through rose colored lens or hazy ones. It is us seeing life in only black and white or allowing for shades of gray, beige, and even blue. Seeing the silver linings or only zero gains. Perception, we get to decide. Some have said a simple change in perception or perspective can change our whole life and dramatically. With perception, we cater to our soul and uplift our spirit. Perception, with all that we've been through, all that we've witnessed, aren't we ready to view life differently? If we are rooted in faith and hope, are there other essentials that we can add to improve our outlook or brighten our lens? Perhaps optimism or allowing for the consideration of others to matter is some things that we can add. Perception becomes a challenge when we can't see through an abyss. Perception is not only about sight, it is about hearing. Sometimes we need to turn down the volume inside to hear what's going on outside, and vice versa. So now that we know perception is about visuals and auditories, know that it is also about using all of our senses. Perception is concerned with smells, feels, and taste. We've mentioned that life is real. Reality is the world exactly how it is. Being engulfed in reality is good as long as we are accepting of the good, the not so good, and as much as it sucks, the just not good at all. In reality, we want to either find comfort by living through our spirit. Again, our spirit is the best part of us. Or we can improve upon our spirit so that we can find comfort. Yes, we must take life as it comes, and without giving up our ability to first imagine and then begin to create a better life for ourselves and others. Perception within reality is seeing a glass half full rather than half empty, and depending on what's inside, still drinking it anyways. Perception is about living well and in reality. Perception is being guided by our spirit. Our spirit holds our light from within. This light guides us, and even in the darkest of times. We are not only atoms, we are spirit, we are multidimensional, and deserving of the same things, deserving of inner peace. Pursuing inner peace, holding to what we obtain, provides us with the ability to give it to our universe. Here, our focus of perception is choosing to live in the moment. It's choosing to let the past be, and it's choosing to not give in worry to tomorrow. Care to our perception says, yes, I've been dealt these cards, but this is how I'll choose to play them. Perception is power, and this power is now backed by raining and light.